The Bamboo Project podcast starts in 3, 2.
All right. Welcome to the Bamboo Project podcast. My name is DonivanGray, the future $10 billion man. Yes, I said 10 billion for everybody that's going to feel insecure and uncomfortable with that number. Okay. On the way to 10 billion, I decided I am going to help create 1,000 millionaires, including myself, and not by being a guru or selling a course, but by doing the things I already love to do every day and documenting the journey to get there. I figure I'll make all the mistakes so you don't have to. My name is DonivanGray, and this is how I will turn my life into a living. So I'd like to start off by giving a shout out to everybody who is rocking with us and supporting the channel. We really appreciate you. We are currently streaming on all major streaming platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor. You name it, we on it. And if we not on it, we about to be on it. For everyone listening to this podcast and not watching it, you can find us on YouTube at TheBambooproject. We have over 400 videos on our channel. Do you want to see us do real estate? We got that. Do you want our cooking tutorials inspired by Dr.Sebi? We got that. Do you want to see travel and lifestyle vlogs? Got it. Makeup and hair growth tutorials? Got it. Basketball? Got it. Turo? Got it. Candles? Got it. It's everything us. All the parts of the journey that do not make it to YouTube will be on our story. You can find me on Instagram at DonivanGray, DonivanGray, and my phenomenal, beautiful, amazing girlfriend, Anita Byrne, ANETABURN. We made different playlists for all the things we are into, and you can find each of those links in the description box below. This may be your first time here, and if it is, welcome to the family. But for everyone else, this is chapter 3, page 141. Okay, the podcast normally has 4 different segments, but I think today will be my last time saying that. I don't say my last time. I'm going to stop saying it for a while until we have it down where each and every episode has 4 actual segments. And if I remember to come up with one during the podcast, then I'll just say that. But I'm not going to say in the intro because we have been doing mostly life updates. All video and audio timestamps will be in the description box below. Today's date is Thursday, December 1st, day 1. And it is 8:42 a.m. All right, so now let's start the podcast. Before we get into life update, we always start off with the screen time check and the subscriber check. Screen time check is when I check my phone to see how much time I spent on it so that I can kind of keep a handle on it so I don't be on there too much. And so in the future, I can look back and see like, oh, I remember when I was living in that studio, I used to spend 7, 8, or 3, 4, 5 hours a day on my phone. But now in the future, I'm only going to spend 1 or 2 hours on my phone. Okay, so last week I spent an average of 10 hours and 29 minutes on my phone every day. So almost half the day I spent on my phone. Funny enough, this is kind of interesting. Candy Crush has been higher than Instagram. The highest usage day was Tuesday, which was 13 hours and 8 minutes. I don't know why it's so high. It seems like Google Maps is why it's so high. But for the whole week, my most used app was YouTube, which was 22 hours and 35 minutes a day. That's about 3 hours a day on YouTube. And then Candy Crush, which is a game, it was 11 hours and 34 minutes, which is a little bit under 2 hours a day on that. And then Instagram for 10 hours and 31 minutes. And now I see the categories. Entertainment was 22 hours, which was YouTube, NBA.com, and music, which is only 4 minutes. Social was Instagram, which was first, then Twitter, then Discord, and then messages. The funny thing I think about Twitter is that I don't have the app, but somehow they still track that. That's kind of crazy to me. That's very crazy to me. On average, I picked up my phone 98 times per day, and my first used app after pickup was Instagram. Okay, so now, beautiful, phenomenal girlfriend, what was your screen time?
My screen time was up 5% from the week before. Wait, what was your average?
I forgot.
What was it?
I forgot.
So mine is up 5%. So it went from 5 hours and 5 minutes to 5 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh man, you have an addiction.
I know, right?
You gotta get on top of that.
Most used app was TikTok for 12 hours, then Instagram for 8, then Gmail for 3, Messages for 2, and then Bigo Live for an hour and 40 minutes. I thought that was interesting. Most used app after pickup is Gmail. I'm telling you right now, if you want to contact me and you want to get to me and it's an emergency and you need me to see it real quick, email me. I promise you I'll see it faster than a text message or a phone call. Email me. And then that's my stuff.
Okay, and the subscriber check. We are currently at 6,186 subscribers. I do feel like it had a little bit of jump last week. Like, instead of...
We got more comments.
Yeah, but I think it's so crazy. I'm looking at the number on my phone, and it says for the last 30 days, we got 94 subscribers. That number used to be like 300 or 400, going up to like 600, and now it's at 94.
It's funny because, when we hit 6,000?
Do I know? No.
In October.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. Well, we're going to address some of that on the podcast today. We came up with a relationship contract. Okay. We got into some disputes or some arguments or some debates or whatever you want to call them. And I remember watching a show called The Big Bang Theory, and there was a guy named Sheldon Cooper on there, right? He's kind of the main character on the show, and he had like very extensive contracts for almost a lot of things in his life. For roommates, he had one for his girlfriend, and it was really big, like huge. And when I remember watching, I was just like, I think that's a really smart idea to have that. But he had it, I'm talking about for everything. If you have shoes on when you come in the house, what happens if there was a zombie apocalypse? Do I get the last shot? Do you get the last shot? How do we figure out who does it? Stuff like that. So normally when Melissa and I get into arguments, and I'm pretty sure it's not just us, it's probably everybody that has a relationship, what tends to happen is you start just going back in time, and you just keep going back and back and back, and you're like, well, you left the milk out of the fridge. And they go, well, last week you left the ginger ale out of the fridge. Well, that's because I was going to work and you never go to work. Well, I don't go to work because I hurt my leg. And you don't take care of me when I hurt my leg. And it's like, well, I'll take care of you hurt your leg because that time when I was sick 6 months ago, you told me you didn't care. And it's like you just keep going back and back and back and back. And then it just keeps going until you guys either insult each other, someone just stops, it gets into some type of super huge altercation. So what I told myself I was going to do, right, was on November 29th, clean slate, right? One of the reasons I want to do this is also because I think another one of the problems that happen in relationships is accountability. And because things happened in the past, it's really hard to remember what happened when it happened. So stories also start getting kind of confused, where now you're saying, well, you left the keys in the house on 2 weeks ago, and the other person says, no, you left the keys in the house 2 weeks ago, I didn't have the keys, and now it's just hearsay. So whenever Melissa and I get into something like that, we end up trying to recount something that happened weeks ago or months ago and trying to use that to justify whatever actions are happening at the moment. So November 29th, clean slate, right? So that means that both of us will not be bringing up anything from before November 29th for any type of disagreement that we have. Going forward, any agreements that we make or any agreements that we make or any grievances that we have will be written down and with a date and what happened, right? So now going forward, each person can take accountability for what they do, and they can see, okay, what I did at this point, and if the person brings it up in the future, it's already written down. So now I can go, you know what, you're right. I did do this thing. I apologize. I'm sorry. And I'll try to make it up to you. Right. So that's what we have now. And I like it. What do you think about it, Melissa? How do you feel?
We'll see.
So another thing too that we kind of always get into is chores around the house. Who's doing what, when they're doing it, under what circumstance, how long they have to do it. And I remember hearing somewhere that contracts are just verbal agreements written down, so each person can remember what they said. And I think that's very helpful, because if I agree, I'll use one of our examples. I'll use one of our situations as an example, which is a litter box. Something like that can cause an argument, because we're like, well, whose job is to clean a litter box? If I'm in the bed, right, and I go, well, I cleaned it yesterday. And she goes, well, I cleaned it this morning. Well, I cleaned it 2 days before yesterday also. It's like, well, I don't want to clean it today because I did a lot of work for something else today. And it's like, okay, to scratch all of that, we came up with 1 week at a time, right? So 1 week, one person will put the cats in the playpen and take them out the playpen. And in that week, the other person will do the litter box for the whole week. And then we'll alternate. So right now, this is literally day 2 of it. And as we, get into very small spats about little things, we just write it down. Okay, so now we just have different categories. So as of right now, we have a groceries category, a cats category, a kitchen category, and this is my favorite one, an intimacy category, a password category, a podcast category, and a speakers category. And by speakers, I mean a JBL speaker we just bought. Right. So the reason why I said I like the intimacy contract is because it's not sexual. I don't think that people shouldn't, do some type of contract for sexual activities. That's not, I don't think it's wrong, but I understand how that can cause some type of issue. So for me, I think that intimacy is a good form and to substitute for sexual activity. So for us right now, our intimacy, and honestly, you gotta look at that. We'll probably start next week. Is 3 times a week, right? I'll rub Melissa's head for 15 minutes, and 3 times a week, she will rub my stomach for 15 minutes, right? And on each one of those days, the other person does not get their thing. So it has to be separate, because I think it'd be better if one day is designated to just one person. So now one person does not feel like I have to now give you something because you gave me something. It's like, no, this is just for you. I'm going to rub your stomach. I'm going to rub your head. And that's it. 15 minutes. You want me to rub it on the left hand side, on the right hand side? You want me to do the back, the front? You rub the side of your stomach? Cause for whatever reason, I'm a stomach guy. Like, rub my stomach, I'll just pass out. And I'll just be like, even right now I'm rubbing it. I'm just like, oh. I'm like, yeah, this feels good. Right? So, and as we continue to be in a relationship, I think that it'll just grow in terms of what that list is, what the contract looks like. And I think it'll help a lot of stuff, and we will just see how it goes or how it is going forward. So each week, starting from now until the end of the year, we will, on the podcast, talk about how we're going to be doing a live at the end of the year. And I think we've probably done it maybe twice so far. And during the live, we will be on Discord. So join the Discord in the description below. If you do not know what Discord is, it's pretty much a group chat. It's like having our number where you could just hit us up. A lot of other people are in it. So people who are doing Turo, people who are buying and selling real estate, people who are doing different things or trying to do different things are in the Discord, and we're in the Discord. So if you want to ask me a question about something, you're going to get a response pretty much immediately in the Discord. We're going to have a segment where we talk about what we're going to do for the next year. And I actually just added this to the Discord yesterday or the day before yesterday, where it's a to-do list, right? And right now, I'm just trying to figure out what the best way to implement it would be. Right now, it's just a to-do list for what you're doing for that day, right? What you plan to do and get those things done. At the end of the day, you take a picture of your list and you post it. So in the beginning of the day, you take a picture of it, of what you have to do. At the end of it, you take a picture of it being done. Right now, just whatever you have to do on that list. At the end of the year, what I'm going to do is, it's going to be, okay, what do you have planned for this year? And then each to-do list or each day of your to-do list will be things that are getting you closer to completing your yearly to-do list. And I might even break it down into quarterly, where it's like every 3 months you have to complete or try to complete some of the things on that list. So a lot of it might be reading, learning about stocks, trying to learn about real estate, learning about a small business, working on your relationship could be one thing. There's a lot of different things could be in there. Saving money. Everybody has different goals. So, but I really think it's important to have other people who are just doing things, because recently I don't want to say I've realized it, but because I've always felt like this, but it just kind of hit me again, that I think that anybody has the ability to be a millionaire, or everyone can be a millionaire, or has the ability to do so. But I think one of the most important things is information and your environment. There are a lot of people right now just who have to-do lists and just don't do them. And you look at your list and you know it's not hard, but you take a week, 2 weeks to do it. Same thing with me. It's like, okay, I have a list of things I want to do. They don't get done that day. And even if they all don't get done, some of them getting done will be better than none of them getting done. So I think that having either the camaraderie or the group of other people, or even the people that can tell you, bro, what's good with you while you do your list, I think that helps. And I think that it helps exponentially grow whatever people are trying to do, just by doing more of the stuff faster. So that's one of the reasons why I really want to have it. It's good for me to do. I think it's good for Melissa to have. I think it's good for anybody in the group chat to be able to have it, where they have a reason to do their goals. Like we're all together trying to get this goal, and at some point we all have money, we go on vacation, we take a nice big old trip, get an Airbnb that's like $20,000 a month, and we all just have fun and stuff like that. That's what I want to see. That's what I want everybody here to be able to do. As I said in the intro, I want to help to create 1,000 millionaires. Like, that is my goal, and I'm very serious about that. And this is one of the ways that I want to get there, is by having a accountability / to-do list that will grow as the days and months go on. And in that live, we're going to have it on Discord, so people can, that's good. So everyone will write down in the Discord. It'll be logged as what your goals are for the year, right? And that way we all will know what everybody's goals are, and we all will keep track of everybody's goals. It's like, hey Bill, gotta get your car inspected, what's going on, and we're gonna all have a thing that we're like, okay, whatever your thing is to do, we're on top of that. Whether it be trying to get more Turo cars, or whether it be trying to get your first property, whatever those things are, building your credit. I know y'all like doing that. So all of those things. So I'm excited for that, and this is going to be week 1 of going into that. For December, I know I said last week it is going to be a very rough month for us. So we decided to actually not go to Florida with my sister, because I don't think that it would be the best decision for us. It would have been like a $1,200 trip. She would have covered some expense that we couldn't pay, but I still think even the money that we would have put towards it would have just set us back. And like I said last week, we're right at the top of getting over the hump. And I would hate for something as small as that to bring us down and cost us another couple of months. So I was like, I think it'd be better if we just don't do it. So now we are 100% dedicated to making content all of December. Today's December 1st, but when y'all see this podcast, well, if you listen to it, you might hear it tomorrow, some of you guys. And people who watch it will probably see it on Sunday. But we are doing vlogmas. That's one part of our content creation arm. If you guys do not know what vlogmas is, it's when we post a vlog every single day for the month of December. Okay, and then we will top it off. And I think everyone also does their vlogmas differently. So I was watching just to see what DK4L did back in the day. They did 25 days, but we're gonna do it 30 days, right? All the way up until the last day of the month, which will be the live. And in the live is when we'll do what I just talked about a couple of minutes ago. You shook your head.
The live is on the 1st.
What's that mean?
You said the last day of December.
Oh, okay. So what we'll do is, that's too late at night. Okay. So right, 30 days of vlogs, and then January 1st we will have the live where we go over what I said earlier. So we have one vlog that is about 80% edited, 90%.
I would say
80% edited. That'll be going up today.
Jesus
right,
Christ.
December 1st. I will also be posting a Turo video today. What?
Why are you posting a Turo video? If you don't put that on another Vlogmas date.
Why?
Because.
You can put it tomorrow? It's gonna be a vlog. It's gonna be a vlog every day. I don't know when, like, what you want to do.
That's something like extra work, but go ahead.
Extra work for who? For you?
Go ahead. Just go ahead.
So I did a thumbnail yesterday. Right, you saw the thumbnail. We was gonna post a video.
I thought you was gonna post it for like, cause technically, whatever. We're not starting this week, but like, I don't know. You could have posted that on maybe like Saturday after the craft fair. We might be tired or something.
For a vlog?
Yes. No, not for a vlog, because I feel like it doesn't have to all be vlogs.
That's Vlogmas. It has vlog in the title. It says vlog and then miss.
You just said we could do it our own way. You get in a video, period.
I feel like this one is black. But that's not vlogs, but I mean, sure, I guess. So a video every day?
So whatever you want to do, sir.
Okay. So maybe we'll call it something else then. We won't call it vlogging. So we'll call it the Bamboo Project Universe month.
No.
You don't like that name? You don't like that?
No.
That name not hitting? Okay.
I don't like that name. It'll just be Vlogmas.
Listen, I'm just saying, you were the one that had the issue.
No, you're right. It'll just be Vlogmas.
So I'm gonna put up the Turo video that I've had in the chamber for a while. I think it's a good video. I think it's better than all the other Turo videos as far as just the ones that are about research. And I think it's edited well, production wise, and I think the thumbnail is good. I don't know how much it would help the channel, but I do think that it's a good video. So that's always good to put out good videos. And we're gonna be at Turnstile all month. So 30 days of content while we're there. And then the second part,
they're gonna hate you this week.
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, see my bell. I'll talk about that later too. So
We're gonna be so mad.
who? Oh, you want to know what's okay? So I'm getting off track for a second, but Melissa, what you just said, I was thinking about also bringing the speaker.
I don't think I would do that.
All right.
Only because they have a DJ there.
He should be trash. Like, I hear you. I hear you. His shit don't be slapping, and it's terrible.
But I feel like it would mess with the ambiance of the place.
What if we don't make it loud? Like, it's loud enough for us to hear, but it doesn't take over the whole place.
I feel like it would just be noise.
Noise to who?
Like, it would just be noise. If it's not loud enough for people to hear, it would just be noise.
No. You would hear it when you're at the booth, but you would, like, if you come in, you wouldn't hear it from the door. So like anybody like in a three
from the booth, right? The people around us would be able to hear it.
Right.
They some haters. I don't know if
well, that's on them. They gonna have to figure that out. It's our last week. We going out with a bang. What you gonna do? Fire us? Tell us not to come back? We're not gonna be back anyways until next year. Until next year.
I wouldn't do it there because they have their own music system set up or whatever.
Well, they had the same thing at Turnstile.
They don't have a DJ though.
I mean, what's a DJ? Somebody that plays music?
Right.
Because that what are we calling this person?
They're paying someone to do the music. I'd be tight if I'm paying someone to do the music and you playing music over the person that I'm paid to do.
We're not playing it over, just it's under. Playing under his music. Underneath it.
I'm telling you, this is why.
Bruh, people be doing, but listen, it's my thing. I'm trying to make the atmosphere better. They are making it trash. People come in there, granted, some of the DJs are good, maybe one, and the other ones don't be hitting. And then, God forbid, it's one of them slow days and they want to play Christmas, they want to play whatever nonsense music they want to play in the morning. And I'm like, bro, we're dying in here. There's no energy. I'm about to fall asleep. I hate it here. Like, don't do that. So I'm thinking that's what I'm thinking about, because I'm not the only person to be thinking that. Like, this music is really slow. I don't care what day of the week it is. Why would you ever want to play slow music in a place where people are buying stuff? We want to feel energetic. We want to feel hyped up. We want to feel like, yeah, we're about to go in here. It's about to be so much fun. It's live in here. We're not playing 1930s soft jazz porn music. I don't want to hear that. So I need something that, and it don't even have to be 21 Savage music. It could just be something that is just better than what they have.
I hear you. Believe me, I hear you. I am very. Listen, me, I'd be a great worker.
What does that mean?
I don't mind rules and stuff. Okay, I'm not the one that's gonna be like, well, you can't go outside. Damn, why can't I go outside? Not really. I might just not go outside. You? That's not you. You be like, fuck you mean I can't go outside? I'm gonna go outside right now. What happens? Okay, what if I put my toe outside? What you gonna do? What if I put my finger outside?
Right.
What you gonna do? Right, that's not me.
But
I would just be like, damn, I can't go outside.
But why can't I go outside?
Listen, that fundamentally, I'm telling you, that is the thing. So I'll be like, they got a DJ. I don't think I should play music. You like, I don't care. They DJ whack anyways. I'm gonna play what I want to play. Because
I'm trying to make the whole atmosphere better. I'm trying to make everybody else better. I want everybody else to be there to be enjoying the music. People why Jermaine be falling asleep? Because the music is trash. Why I fall asleep? The music is be trash. It be trash.
I'm not saying that you're wrong.
So if I'm not wrong, we should fix it.
I don't think that's our job to fix.
Why don't you be the DJ? You should be a DJ, but they don't pay. They probably pay somebody already. Do they even pay that guy?
Listen, I've thought about it. I've thought about being a DJ for sure, but they sound like they got a sound that they like.
Racism. That's the sound. The sound is racism.
But even the black guy, I'm like, sir, please.
Bro, I can play the clean version.
They probably provide them with a playlist, and they just have to play it.
Nah. Cause they be having some people be bumping in there. Different.
But it won't be the whole day though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Some people who are the DJs come with their own little. They come with their music they want to play. Cause some of it be slapping. The other days I'm like, and I know who it is. It's one dude that has the little bowl cut or whatever he be having. He looked like one of the anime. He looked like Bob. What's his name? Bob Coot? No. What's his name? What's his name, Melissa?
From
Mob. He look. Yes. That's what he look. What's his name? Is it Mob?
I think it is.
Yes. He looked like that. That's what he remind me of. And I'm like, you playing the terrible music, but yes,
I know who you're talking about too.
Yes.
I think you should put a picture of Mob in the.
Yes, I will. For everybody who doesn't know who he looks like, but I'll put a picture up of the anime character.
Honestly, y'all should watch Mob Psycho. So yeah.
So much anime out.
Bruh, honestly, we should talk about that too. I don't know if y'all watch anime, but My Hero Academia.
Oh my god.
Had me in tears.
There's so much happening.
Tears. I don't even know. I don't want to spoil anything, but that shit is crazy. You know what? This is a spoiler.
Don't do that.
No?
No, you never do. You never give a spoiler, Melissa. That is like
you tell them that it's a spoiler before you say it. So you be like, spoiler alert. You put the spoiler alert on the screen and then tell them where to skip to so they don't hear the spoiler.
Listen, you gotta wait like 2 weeks or 3 weeks to do that.
What you mean? Oh, it just came out.
Right, you gotta give it some time to like let people get their time in to watch it. Cause sometimes we go 2 weeks without watching a show. You know how mad I would be if I'm listening to a podcast.
That's why you say a spoiler alert and you tell them, listen, skip ahead 30 seconds because I'm about to say some shit.
Sure, I guess you could do that. I guess. I guess.
But fine, I'm not gonna do it.
Like I guess I would wait a week or two. Like if you want to spoil like One Piece from 6 years ago, go ahead. Be like, yo, remember the episode? But that shit happened 3 days ago.
I'm still traumatized.
Right. That was crazy. I think everyone should watch anime. There is an anime for you, trust me. Right now, our cycle of anime is Spy Family, My Hero Academia, One Piece, Boruto, and Black Clover.
There's more than that.
Well, that's what's in my cycle. I feel like you watch some other animes without me.
I feel like there's more than that.
That we are watching?
Yeah, you said One Piece, Boruto, Spy Family, My Hero. You said Black Clover. I guess I would also throw in there, Mob.
Yeah. So like I said, those are the ones that I'm watching.
Mob
and
cycle.
there's some other great ones. Attack on Titans, Naruto. There's too many.
Don't tell nobody watch no Naruto.
7 Deadly Sins is good. Hunter x Hunter we just finished a couple weeks ago. Attack on Titan, I think I said that one already. That one's really good. If I said it twice. Demon Slayer. Like depending on what kind of anime you like, trust me, there's anime for you. Melissa watches more anime than I do. What?
Oh yeah. So yeah, and there's for the girls out there that want to watch something a little for the guys too if you want to watch it. You feel me? There's also like My Dress Up Darling and.
So
they said it's a great anime. My Dress Up Darling.
Did you watch it?
I started it. It's very something. It's like Food Wars.
Like I said, for all the men out there, all the shows that I named, I would suggest watching it. And like I said, they have high levels of gore. I have not watched this one yet, but I've heard. I heard that Chainsaw Man is supposed to be good. And you trust me, you're never too old to watch anime. It has so many different gems that they drop for everybody to learn something from. And these are not cartoons. These are animes. There's a big difference between the two. Like animes be having deep philosophical, thought-provoking episodes where you're watching it. Honestly, what was the other one that we watched that was kind of crazy that I was talking about on here with the Fire Force?
Oh yeah, Fire Force.
Bruh,
is amazing.
There's so many animes. Like animes are better than TV shows. And they are way more thought-provoking, and I think they have the potential to be a lot more, I want to say, emotionally driven or galvanizing because they can do more. So a scene could be a lot better in anime because you can animate it as opposed to actually looking at, a show. Now, granted, if I saw someone's arm get cut off on a show and you made it really gory, now I would be traumatized. But there are some scenes in anime that make you want to cry. Like you be like, nah, I gotta like bust out tears. And they could actually make you cry because the storyline writing is so good, and the scene does not have to even be that traumatizing, and you still might be like, wow, I know what he's been through, and this is crazy.
Yep.
So but yes, that's a little bit on a tangent on anime. For all my anime people out there, let me know what your favorite anime is. If you got any new ones.
Listen, we can do an anime Discord for real, and really be in there and watching it together and chopping it up. Ooh. I would enjoy that a lot because I need to talk to somebody about what I be going through.
That would be kind of fun. Listen, we're not gonna do it in December probably because maybe the Discord because I'm thinking how much content we have. I only told you about vlogmas that we have. We also, because December 1st we'll be making candle content. On my to-do list I have to make a video today, but I do want to get to the point of making 3 videos a day or 3 pieces of content per day and then putting it on all the platforms. That's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Big O, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube Shorts. Probably not YouTube. We don't have a candle page for YouTube Shorts. Maybe we should make one. We're not there yet. There's so much stuff to do, and it's only 2 of us. It's only 2 of us. So our goal is Melissa's goal, she still has to get to 1,000 subscribers or followers on Instagram. Right now we're at 270. So that means that we need 680 subscribers on the candle page. Okay, we're trying to get to 1,000. And I think that we have the ability to do that with the content strategy that we have for this month. All right. I think people who have a business, content is king. I'm telling you. Think about people like Mr. Beast. Think about people like Eric, or just a lot of creators. They could take their content and just take, hey, I sell phone cases. They could probably make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month just by posting their phone case in their video, because the content is what somebody comes for, and they support their person, so they buy the product. And just like that, you now have a multi-million-dollar business just because you made great content. So I think that is like phenomenal. The setup for Turnstile is almost finished. We have the lights. Well, we bought the lights, bought the speakers, we have the curtain, and now are we waiting for just the garlands? Are we waiting for? I feel like there was more stuff.
There's a garland that has to be made. There's a sign. You just commissioned me to make a giant
candle
ring bearer box
and a candle
and a giant candle. Right. We're gonna have to draw this out because I need to see dimensions and what you're talking about. Because in my drawing, there's no giant candle and there's no giant ring bearer box. But yeah, I have to refer back to the original plans just to double check. And then honestly, I don't really know how I'm gonna put the sign up and stuff. So that's the other thing. But yeah. So we've met some good people at Turnstile. I think that being there every day does help. I just think that we have to be there for longer. But I feel like there is potential, and I think we just have to be able to capitalize on that potential. I think that is just where we are at. One of the things I want to do is to get, like Melissa was saying, something similar to a ring bearer's box where we would put the samples in, because everyone that's in the train station is very dedicated to where they're going. They don't really want to stop. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, if I can walk with them and say, hey, what's your favorite scent? Take, whatever. I think they'll take one. Also, I think people that come to the table, they don't know to take a sample if there's no sign or anything to tell them that. So I want to implement something like that. Like, I want people that walk by to know that we're selling candles. And funny enough, someone yesterday, the day before yesterday, she had saw the little flickered lights. And she's like, oh, I thought you lit a candle. And I was just like, nah. She was like, no. She said, oh, you lit the candle. I'm like, no. She looked at, she was like, oh shit, that's lit. You ain't lit the candle. No, she said, oh shit, that's lit. And I'm like, nah, it's not. And I was like, it's a thing. She's like, oh, that's crazy. So she picked it up. She was like, yo, you should light a candle. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that, because it's a waste of a candle and fire department. But that's the kind of interaction I want. I want somebody to be able to tell from a far away distance what we're selling before they get there. So I want to implement things that have that element to it. So that's why I want to have the giant candle. I want to have like the ring bearers box. That one is more for samples. For some reason, people don't want to take the samples. I don't know. And I've told people, like, it happened 3 or 4 times that I'll say, hey, take your favorite sample. And they're like, all right, later. And they walk off. And I'm like, what? So I think if you're telling them, I feel like if the box says to take it, they might take it. But if you're telling them, they may feel like you're giving them something. And like, how did I explain it? Well, one, some people probably might feel like, well, you could just leave this for somebody else. Like, I don't have to take this. Like, I've tried to give someone a sample before, and they're like, oh, really? Like, you sure? And it's like, yes. Like, I don't think they understand it's made to be given out. It's made to be taken.
Yeah. So all of that will be implemented into it. And I think, you said by December 5th?
That is the goal, yeah.
Okay, so that means we got
4 days.
4 days to get that on and popping. So I'm excited for that. And I think as far as Turnstile, that's it. I do have some more ideas for there, but as of now, we're just going to focus on what we have and try and build that out. And this weekend will be our last craft fair for December. Last week was terrible. For the whole weekend, we made $600. Like, we made $600 in 3 hours. And we made that for the whole weekend. The first day was $400. Second day was like $200 or something. It was just, it rained on Sunday. Saturday was slow. So now that we know this, we think that going forward, we will only do Williamsburg when they have the other event called Smorgasburg, which is a Brooklyn event where they have a lot of different eateries and they have a lot of foot traffic for that. So I think that for us is good in terms of foot traffic because it has been super slow. So this is our last craft fair, and I think that I'm hoping that we have enough foot traffic to make money this weekend because we need the money for this month, because we have to pay the house. Remind me to talk about the house. Can you write that down on there? We have to pay for the house. We have to pay for the car. We have to pay back my sister. We have to pay back Carlene. So this month is the month we have to pay for whatever expenses we have. So we have to make a way to make money this month. Like, we literally have to find a way. Which, I don't mind being in the, fourth quarter, give me the ball. I feel like we can figure something out. So that is, though, what we have planned for December. Now, house update. I don't want to get too excited because, today actually is the end of, or the first day of December. So I said last week that I'll be putting the house up for rent and taking it off the market. And I think it's very ironic that my agent texted me 2 days ago and said that someone really likes to buy the house or really wants to buy the house, and it's only between our house and another house, right? They were like, listen, the only thing what did they not like about the house? The only thing they didn't like was the brick wall.
Are you serious?
Yes. They were like, they don't like brick walls. So in my head, I'm thinking, listen, I will take that off the house price. If you want to put up some sheetrock, that might cost you like 10 grand, and honestly probably less because it's like half of the wall on the first floor.
Right.
So it's out $240 and you could get that fixed.
Second floor too.
It's not the second floor. It's only the first floor, right where the stairs is at. So I'm like,
and you said this to him.
I did. I kind of mentioned it a little bit. I told him, but I didn't tell him like, go tell them we will give you a discount for the wall. I just said, if they come back and that is an issue,
Tell them.
Okay.
Tell them.
Yeah. So he said that they will have an answer by the end of the week. So that is why I now am thinking, okay, I'm gonna wait until Saturday. And actually today I'm gonna text him like, hey, tell them that we will give them a discount on the brick wall in terms they want to get sheetrock put up. And I want to take the house off the market on Sunday. And I want to try to find a renter. That's what I want to do. Because, like I said, that house payment is killing us. We cannot afford to pay the house payment every single month. We get a renter in there, and now the house, we're not worrying about the house no more. And it's paying for itself, with very minimal effort from us. And very minimal financial burden on us. So if somebody buys the house this month, that would be phenomenal because everybody gets paid back with this house. Like, if the house is purchased at this price right now, everyone gets their money back. So I am hoping that person buys the house so much. Like, I'm just like, God, please hear my prayers from my mouth to your ears. Allow or speak to the buyers and I don't know what God does, but do your thing, God. Please do your thing. I don't want to, it's your plan, but I'm hoping that this is in your plan. So that's the house update. And so next week, the house it'll be an offer or it'll be up for rent. Episode playback. So there was someone that had wrote in the comments. I want to make sure I get that person's name if they're still listening. Okay. It was H.O. Killer. All right. So H.O. Killer and anybody else who is similar to this person. We are an open book. Okay. It may appear as though you're watching a TV show and we're on another whatever. You can write us and we will answer you. Like, I will get on the phone with you. It doesn't matter. If you have a question and you want to ask me personally, you could DM me. I would say go on a Discord because that's better. But either way, if you want to figure out how to open an LLC, or you want to figure out how we're doing what we're doing because you just got here in the podcast, you haven't watched all the episodes, and we don't really talk about the podcast is not meant to be like me teaching. It's not really meant for that unless somebody asks me a specific question. It's about our life, and certain people will pick up gems along the way as we talk about our life getting to where we want to get to. But in that journey, me and Melissa are very open to talking about anything that you want to talk to us about. So if you just got here, you may not see how we were capitalizing the business last year and how we were getting loans for $20,000-$30,000, or how we got credit cards and how we still able to not have paid our rent or have a car without having any income or any of those things. Because here's the thing. It would be very weird if I came on the podcast and every episode talked about how we got to where we're at, because it would be the same thing every week. I would be saying the same thing over and over again to make sure that everybody knows why we're here. But that would be a unreasonable task for me, because I don't know what you don't know or what you want to know. So once you ask me or Melissa, we can tell you. And I was telling them, in the Discord, there are people who are doing different things. You can ask them a question too. If you have a question about, they have LLCs. My guy Tori I think he's buying 2 plots of land to build his development. I think he's 28 or 29. So it's like, there are people who are younger. Shout out my guy Emilio's not in there, but if y'all want, I could put y'all on with Emilio, who's 20, who's doing, I think he does 4 wholesale deals already in Texas. Like, I know a lot of people who I can connect y'all with when y'all come to hit me up to answer y'all questions. So like I said, for me, I'm just talking about what we're going through at the moment of that week. That's why it's called a life update. And then shout out to Misty McDaniel. You were talking about a sublimation machine, I think it is. And you said you would show us printer. You said you would show us how you use it. I don't know. I'm gonna check. I didn't check if you have a YouTube channel, but I will check to see. I don't know if you can send the video to us directly or if you have it posted somewhere, but I'm very interested to see what that looks like. What I've learned is that everything I want is on the other side of me being consistent, whatever the thing is. And my problem is that I work in like strong burst, and I need to be able to maintain that for a long period of time. And I think that by staying consistent and doing the things that I want to do, I can get everything I want to have. And even yesterday, I had my to-do list, 9 out of 12, 75%. That is so crazy to me. I was going to bring it up earlier in the podcast. I have not been escaping the 75%. I think that muscle of getting over the hump to the 100%, even 90%, I feel like is just ingrained in me at this point. So I'm going to try. And I'm trying to, like I said, consistency, while also being affectionate to my girlfriend. Because I feel like if I try to be too consistent, I'm not going to care about nobody else. So that, I feel like it's a trade-off of doing it. But I'm going to try and do both. I'm going to try and be very consistent. We got 30 days of content consistently. I think we're going to get a lot of orders from the candles. What happened?
Do you think it's possible that your lists are too much? Like, it's not meant to be completed in a day?
I don't feel like that, because I don't feel like I can't complete it. I just feel like I get tired, and that's the thing. I feel like I have to be more efficient in how I handle my list, and that's why it doesn't get done. So, for example, I was on the phone yesterday. I could have done, I think the only thing I didn't, well, 2 things yesterday. In the morning, we got to an argument, right? So we didn't do the podcast. 2 of my things was do the podcast and queue it up, right? That would have brought me to 11 out of 12. The third one was Dun & Bradstreet, but I forgot to call them. Actually, maybe it was 4. Damn, maybe less than 75%. Damn, that's crazy. Because the other one was 5 craft fairs. I didn't do that one either. But that one I did 3 craft fairs. I couldn't find the other 2, and I'm like, this is annoying, so I didn't do it. So I'm like, I don't think it's a lot. I just think that I need to.
It's not that it's a lot necessarily. One thing that I noticed about me and my list is that I think I underestimate the tasks that I put on my list.
Mm-hmm.
So I could put something like melt candle tops, right? It sounds simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Real simple. That shit takes me maybe an hour or two because I'm doing like 50 candles, 80 candles that I'm melting. And they all have to melt or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas like the task, you write it out real small, but if I write out melt 60 candles, I might reconsider how much time it's gonna take and how much other things that I'm doing in my day.
Here's the thing. I think that you would have to focus solely on getting the task done. Like, that would be your thing. That's the most important thing to you every single day.
But no, I think that it's more so, but I'm saying that a lot of my tasks are tasks like that, where because I'm not quantifying it while I'm writing it down, I don't think I'm thinking about how long doing the task takes me. So if I'm talking about, if I'm trying to edit a video, right? Mm-hmm. How long do you think that should take? It's hard to say.
I'd say 2 hours-ish.
Right, 2 hours-ish. Melt the candle tops. How long?
I mean, how many?
60.
Small?
Yeah.
So you can do 10 at a time. I say each one takes about 15 minutes. So 15 times 4. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Right, so let's call it 2 hours. Cleaning the living area. That's putting stuff away, like putting the laundry away.
That's an hour.
And organizing and putting.
That's an hour.
An hour?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So making dinner.
Hour and a half. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. Let's just call it an hour.
Okay.
What else? That
do you have your list that we could look at? And we could
make samples.
We gotta look at your list. So we're gonna go through your list to see.
Pretty much just, yeah.
So make samples. 30 minutes, 40 minutes
to make
all the samples. Yes.
And how many?
I don't know. However many you need to make.
It takes more than that.
It takes more than 40 minutes to make how many samples?
I would probably be making. I would want to make 100 each.
So how much you think it takes to make? How much is it? How long does it take to make 100 of 1 cent? 100
of 1 cent. I feel like
like 15, 20 minutes.
Right. There's 4 cents. So just to melt the wax and put them on the thing is gonna take me 15 to 20 minutes. There's 4 of them. So we already at an hour.
Yeah.
And that doesn't include bagging them up.
Okay.
So I would say like an hour and a half maybe.
Sure. All right. So I think we're probably at like 7 hours.
It's 8.
8 hours.
Right. And that doesn't include if I have to get packages or if I have to.
Well, you don't have to. But that's not on your list.
What do you mean it's on my list?
Is it on your list?
Yes.
Oh, then sure. But that takes 10 minutes.
But that's the thing. Everything adds up.
Right. But if you.
So then.
But that's okay. This is what I'm saying, and this is what I mean earlier or last week when I was saying about being psychopathic about your list, where it's like I am going to get my list done. Because if you said that takes 8 hours, everything you just named, and other stuff that you named, let's say another 2 hours, that's 10 hours. Mm-hmm. If you get up at 8 and do that stuff, you will be done before 5 o'clock with everything. Everything will be finished. I mean, dinner will be made. 8, why not? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Everything will be done by 5. Like, everything you have for the day will be done. You have nothing. That means the video is edited. You got food cooked, house clean, samples made, candles melted, video edited. I think I already said that one. Packages got.
Well, that's an estimation.
That's right. So add 2 more hours on there.
Sure.
Now you're done by 7.
But then there's no breaks. Okay, so I guess I see what you're saying. So you would literally have to say fuck everything.
Yes, right.
To get your.
I'm exactly. I'm not calling you, Donovan. I'm doing my list. You call me. What's up? It's important. No, I'll talk to you later. I got to finish my list.
That sounds such a
no.
sad existence.
Exactly. Hey, this is what I be saying. Where your list will get done, but other things may suffer. And it's like, but now you also have to be laser focused on the list where it's like, okay, oh, I wanted to, let's say that you saw the litter box had to be clean. It's not on your list. You gotta leave that. You gotta leave that there. It's not on your list. So that's what I mean by psychopathic about the list. The list could get done. It's those extra, that's what I think separates.
But that's why I think the 80%, I'm not gonna be mad if I get 80% or 50 or 60% of my list done, because that is still a lot of things.
Sure, but billionaires, we're gonna be billionaires. We're gonna have to get to being able to do 100% of our list every day, because right now, because here's the thing: the more things we get done in the day, the longer our life is.
No, I can't get behind this.
Why is that?
Because I feel like that is like at an expense of yourself.
But well, one, yes, but two, you're dragging the future into the present by doing all your things faster. By completing your task every day, because here's the thing: either tomorrow you will still have a lot of tasks to do, or tomorrow you have a lot less tasks to do. So it's like if I have
my tasks still go down though. If I do 80% of my list,
but it'll go down 20% more if you do 100% of your list. So then, to think about, like I said, if you finish your whole list yesterday, what would you be doing today? Jesus Christ.
Different things.
Like what? There's some things you'll be doing today.
Content creation. Well, technically, I have to edit 2 videos today.
See, they edit 2 videos, content creation. You could probably do the setup. You could probably do house would have already been cleaned because that would have been on your list from yesterday.
All right.
So now
that's the thing. I make my list
with the intention of doing 80%.
Not finishing. I do not make my list with the intention of me completing everything on the list. The way that I do my list is, my list is there for me to get all the things that make me anxious, that I think about all the time, out of my head and onto a piece of paper, so that I can then look at it and choose what I need to do, and then go about my day like that. So whatever I don't finish for today's list, it gets put onto tomorrow's list, and then I still have to prioritize things. So if I have to do a vlogmas video, if I have to work on the display, and I have to make samples and do something for the craft fair for this weekend, and cleaning is also on that list, best believe cleaning is the bottom priority, because everything else is probably gonna make me money. However, cleaning is very important because it messes with my mental, and like when I look around, I'm like, I don't like how this looks. So, but when it comes to getting things done, I'm gonna get the other things done before I clean.
Or you can do all the things.
No.
You could clean and get all the things done.
All the things that I write down on my list, sometimes my list be so long, I'm like, there is no possible way I can get all these done in a day.
I don't believe that. I have faith in you, Melissa. I believe in you.
It's not about having faith.
It is. I literally believe that you can do it.
I'm not saying okay, fine. I am saying I can't.
Right. And I believe in you. I believe.
It's a lot.
We have faith in you and myself. I have faith in myself too.
It's a lot of things on that list, and like I said, I make the list so that I can have things to put on my list for tomorrow, because I know I'm not gonna finish it today.
Then you should put your things. You should make the list and have a tomorrow list and a today list.
So I realized that when I was talking, I was filming a vlogmas video yesterday, that I don't plan my days really. I'm more so like, have today's list, and whatever don't get done from today get put on tomorrow list, and then just go about my life like that. Versus I sit down and look at across my week and be like, I'm gonna do this today.
Listen, you have a planner.
I'm gonna do this Thursday, right? But I don't do that though.
All right, well now we know.
So I did consider doing it. I can't make no promises.
Oh. Okay.
But it is under consideration to plan my week as opposed to planning my day.
Yeah, like I said, I think my thing would be just being more focused, because I feel like I'm right there. It's just also, once after a certain time, depending on the thing, I'm just not doing it no more. Like once it hit like 8 o'clock, if it's not time sensitive, I'm not doing it. But that's also part of the problem, because the thing is, there is no excuse, Donovan. Do the thing. That's how my brain works. It don't matter the time. It don't matter what's going on. You could do it. You could say, I'm not going to talk right now. You could say, I'm going to do it on the train. I can edit on the train. I've done it before. I can edit. I can do a lot. I can be on the train coming up with stuff, all types of stuff. But I just like bringing the phone with me. I could have gotten more content yesterday if I had a second phone with me. Cause I want to phone somebody. I could be like, oh, I'm on the phone with shout out to my guy Manuel. I could be recording me going to the train, get some B-roll. Listen, be a machine. $10 billion machine. So, but I do another thing too. I'm gonna wrap this up in a second. Is that I notice about myself that I believe I have the ability to do it, but a lot of things have to be working right. And my goal right now is to get those things working right so I can be that machine, to build the environment for me to be that machine. I remember there was a video game, computer game actually, way back. Shout out to y'all here, I remember this game. It was like a Hot Wheels computer game. And you had to build the set for the Hot Wheels on the computer. And then you'll put the car down, the car had to go through the whole set. Right now, I'm literally just building, like the goal right now is for us to build the racetrack. And I have the good car, but a good car on a bad racetrack you're not going nowhere, right? With a messed up racetrack, you're not going nowhere. So we have to build the right racetrack to put the car down and then press play and press go, and then we take off. So I think that we are getting closer to that. But until then, you can find all the behind the scenes content on our social medias. Mine is DonivanGray, DonivanGray, and my phenomenal, beautiful, amazing girlfriend, Anita Byrne, ANETABURN. Okay, you know what it is. Hashtag Bamboo Project 2022. We got 3 weeks left of this year. Okay, and we doing vlogmas. We going out with a bang. Shout out to my guy Musically Challenged. And with that being said, Bamboo Project out.